Good evening and welcome in here at Foxcroft Academy. John Bapst alongside Mark Kelman with Eastern Maine Sports Media, and welcome in to the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show as we are here with postseason action here. We're into November. We're at Foxcroft Academy. That's how you know it's playoff football. We got Foxcroft up against the John Bapst Crusaders, and Mark, on paper, it looks like David versus Goliath. Is there anything that you can add to this that would give a little more optimism to the underdogs here coming into hostile territory tonight?
Well, talked to Dan O'Connell pregame. He's happy to be here. They had to win last week to advance here as they beat Madison. That's how they got here. He's been here 8 times, he said, in his 20 years coaching. They've only won once, but he knows it's a big game. Anytime you come here, as you said, in November, playoff football at Foxcroft Academy is always a big event.
Well, any baseball fan will know the scouts always say, look, if you hit 95 once, they know you can do it again. So, Dan O'Connell going to look for some more magic here in Dover Foxcroft, but it is, of course, an uphill task with a Foxcroft Academy team that has taken on all comers so far this season and minimal road bumps along the way.
Yeah, 8-0, rolled through their Class D schedule. Had a couple close games for the majority of the game, but they were able to win most games by at least 2 scores. And they handled this John Bapst team at Cameron Stadium a few weeks back. And so they got a lot of momentum coming in to this game. A lot of playmakers on this Foxcroft team offensively. Some defensive names we'll mention throughout that kind of get overlooked because their offense is such a powerful force. But Anthony Smith leads the way on defense. Doesn't get his name mentioned a lot, but he certainly should.
Yeah, the defensive linemen are often the unsung heroes of the defense in general because, of course, you've got your cornerbacks, they get the picks, they get the sixes, the safeties are, the center fielders of the defense, but it's big hogs up front that stymie an opposing offense, and when those guys are on their game, it is a long, long night for the other side. You have to imagine it could be a very long night for the Crusaders. They can't neutralize him, and of course, his help along the D-line. It is a matchup that we've seen these two schools play each other time and time again. There's nothing that either coach is going to throw at the other that they haven't seen before. This is one of those games that we look at. It's going to be won almost strictly by the talent on the field.
Yeah, talked to Coach Danny White before the game too, and what he's expecting of John Bapst is a lot of effort. They're going to bring a lot of pressure at their quarterback Austin Seavey. He's the leader, he's the general, the quarterback on offense, and he knows that Coach O'Connell will bring plenty of people at him on each play.
Listen, I came from a game last week where at halftime, I and everybody else thought it was over in Belfast, and all of a sudden, a different team showed up at halftime. So if that team can erase a 25-point deficit in less than a half of football, I'll give anybody the same shot. We start 0-0 when we finally kick things off here in just a few minutes. We are running a little behind schedule with some choice personnel arriving just a little bit late. I probably held them up with my slow driving trying to get here anyway. So once we get this pregame clock down, the final minute kicking off it right now, and actually I believe it stopped, so we may have our starting introductions very soon from the voice of God, Toby Nelson, up here in the press box.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, Sean, for coming out. You were a busy man today. You did some Feel Lucky this afternoon, and join us tomorrow too. We're excited for this one, but tomorrow we got a championship game, the 8-man small conference regional final between Stearns and Dexter. That's tomorrow at Dexter. I'll be honest, that'll be my first in-person 8-man football game. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I haven't seen an 8-man game in person either. I'm glad that your email came across at like 3 o'clock before my agents could just throw it into the spam folder, and so I'm happy to be here. Absolutely. Yeah. I haven't been to Foxcroft for a game in a long, long time. I think the last time I was here, I think Rockland existed. Because they had a quarterback. I just remember vividly this one play, the Weiss kid, when he was a quarterback here against a tough Foxcroft defense, falling out of bounds, chucking a ball about 50 yards downfield in desperation, and they caught it.
Still one of the better facilities around. It's beautiful here, and glad they have us.
looks like we have our teams running out. So we will step aside, and when we come back, we will have more action here from Foxcroft Academy. Foxcroft and John Bapst about to kick it off soon, TM.
We're busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best. Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa Checking at Lincoln Maine Federal Credit Union.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back inside the press box at Foxcroft Academy. Sean Stackhouse alongside Mark Callan. We are waiting for the start of our postseason action tonight. Foxcroft Academy hosting the Crusaders of John Bapst Memorial High School. It's a team that has a 0 in the loss column against a team that has just a single dub in the win column here in John Bapst, trying to spring a major upset here in the Class D playoffs. Again, we're under a slight delay with the officials just getting here a little bit later, so as soon as they get out here, we will have the start of our action here this evening. You know, Mark, I wonder, sometimes, I wonder if there's maybe a conspiracy, right? Maybe the officials all get together and try to ice the home team just so they get, like, a closer game when they get here.
Maybe that's it, Sean. Maybe you figured it out. Maybe you slowed him up when you're driving Bangor.
Yeah, right? Dude, there actually was an accident just off Bennick Road.
Oh, jeez.
On my way out of UMaine. Somebody, I think it was like a pizza place, somebody pulled out and just about got T-boned. So drive safely out there, everyone. Arrive alive. I don't care if you get there late. Looking around here, you know, the band should charge overtime for having to play like about 20 minutes of extra music.
They're doing a great job. Great band here, and the crowd's filing in. The traffic's cars are out there on the road across the way, and it's going to be a fun one. What else we got coming up, Sean? As I mentioned, we got that game tomorrow.
Dexter Stearns.
Yeah, and if Foxcroft wins tonight, be right back here next Friday night. They will play a semifinal game, and actually in Class D, because it's a one-whole class, the winner of that semifinal game will go to the state championship the following week. So they got to get 2 wins.
I know. I mean, it's so bizarre with just the shift of high school football with you've got a couple of different 8-man classes. You've got all the 11-man football of varying sizes, and then Class D itself, just the one class. There is no North versus South. I mean, you might have had a preview of a state championship contest when Foxcroft took on Winthrop, Monmouth, Halldale, and Friends, the massive co-op there, but Foxcroft Academy did come out on top there, as mentioned, 8-0 on the campaign so far, and there hasn't been much to suggest that and will change anytime soon.
Nope. I mean, you know, they don't play the game on paper, though, but they definitely are the clear favorites. You know, you've mentioned something that happened last weekend, though, that, I mean, MCI was the clear underdogs, and they were trailing big. Halftime? What was the score at halftime?
At some point, I don't remember if it was actually halftime. At some point, it was 38-13 Belfast. And then, like, Lazarus Part 2 happened. And all of a sudden, 49-46, the Huskies prevailed. So I can assure you if they go down 38-13 tomorrow at Winslow, one team might score 49, but only if the team that had 38 initially decides to take their foot off the gas. So there is a big step up between Belfast and Winslow.
Yeah, we can talk about some other football going on, too. First of all, give credit to Coach Bertrand and MCI. They've been underdogs before going into the playoffs, and they've ended up in the state championship game. So wouldn't count them out. Definitely the underdogs again tomorrow, but I wouldn't count them out at all. Another game going on tonight in Bangor. Bangor finishes the 4 seed despite their 7-2 record. They get to host Scarborough. They've had a really close game with Scarborough in the regular season, and unfortunately for them, the way that worked out, they had a couple teams that didn't win as many games. Lewiston, Brewer, Deeren on the schedule, and they finished below Bonnie Eagle, who they beat in the regular season. Huh?
They sure did. Boy, Crabtree and Heel Points, they're just the best system, aren't they? You couldn't just have everybody, I don't know, play a round robin. Silly me. I come from the world of esports. Everybody plays everybody. It's revolutionary.
But I will say, the extra Lewiston game was added because they were going to miss a game because of COVID, and they, that's kind of how that got added, and that got included in the Crabtree.
Yep.
Twice. So Lewiston went 1-7, so 2-14 went on there.
You know who should take motivation from that is Sanford, because they're a bunch of Bangor fans that are upset that they don't get to play Sanford, because let's face it, it's a far more favorable matchup than Scarborough.
Yep.
And instead, you get what you get, and if I'm Sanford, sure, you're dealing with a Bonnie Eagle team that housed them, but you take that as motivation, little bulletin board material, like, all right, they're happy they have us instead. Let's make them regret what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Should be some motivation there. Let's talk about maybe Class B a little bit. Number 1, Madomic plays a Hermit team that hasn't played in a few weeks. They got through the quarterfinals because Class C, sorry. We're still in Class. Okay, we're back to Class C.
Yeah. This is Class C. Madomic, by the way, that Madomic team won like 8-7 or whatever the score was week 1 or week 2 technically in Pittsfield. And how painful is that to think about if you're a Huskies fan thinking, wow, they just got a late touchdown, barely got a late touchdown and the 2, and that's it. That's the only thing separating that team from a win over the top dog in the conference. That is wild what Ryan Snell has been able to accomplish at Madomic, because I can assure you the team that's on the field now for Madomic Valley is a significant improvement over what they had at the start.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. But I also think Class C is the most open out of all the classes, probably. Because in Class A you got Thornton, that's the big favorite. Class D you got Foxcroft. I mean, I think Class B, that's kind of could go.
I can say that. Sure, C North is wide open. C South is basically. I think a lot of people expect the state championship Class C game is effectively going to be the C South game.
Yeah.
The team that puts the game that puts, let's face it, probably Levitt into that game against whoever comes out of the North. Again, it will be a huge mountain to climb for whoever gets there out of the North. Just like it's a huge mountain to climb here for John Bapst, who I believe are about to finally see their opponent take the field, as we do have the zebras out there. We have the ponies ready to run through their gigantoid paper, and we will be starting very soon.
Yeah, we apologize for the delay, but we need officials to play this game, Sean. They don't let them play without officials.
I don't know. Call your own. It worked for us as kids. A few broken bones, a few splints, whatever.
And the only thing we really haven't touched on, we did a little bit because of our game tomorrow, but 8-man football, you got in the large conference in the North, you got Waterville and Morse, and then you got Dexter and Stearns. Dexter and Stearns, quite a story there, because 3-4 seeds, everybody picked Mananocook and Holton to make the finals. Dexter upset Holton, and then Stearns, which you don't see this much in 8-man football, they held up high-powered Mananocook team to 6 points. And again, 8-man football is about offense. It's wide open. The playmakers get a lot of the action, and their skills really show. But they held a powerful Mananocook team that's averaged close to 50 points to 6 points.
Yeah, and not only that, they're the ones that put up about a 50. I think it was 55 to 6,
something like that. Yeah.
All right.
From John Bapst Memorial High School and your Foxcroft Academy ponies. Foxcroft Academy and John Bapst are both members schools of the statewide Class D League, and we value sportsmanship. We ask that you cheer positively for the players, coaches, and officials involved, and enjoy tonight's high school playoff football game. Now let's welcome the visiting John Bapst Crusaders to Oaks Field. We'll introduce them as a team. Welcome to Foxcroft Academy, the John Bapst Crusaders. John Bapst head coach is Dan O'Connell. He's assisted by Ricky Haskey, John Higgins, and Hanky Pratt. And now the starting offensive 11 for your Foxcroft Academy ponies. Starting tonight at center, sophomore number 50, Jack Caruso. At left guard, sophomore number 51, Logan Walton. And right guard for the ponies, sophomore number 75, Hunter McSorley. Left tackle, senior captain number 71, Anthony Smith. And right tackle, junior number 52, DJ Shield. And wide receiver for Foxcroft, junior number 14, Cameron Chase. At the other wide receiver, sophomore number 25, Jackson Smith. And one slot back for the ponies, senior captain number 3, Gideon Popolski. At the other slot back, junior captain number 2, Caden Crocker. Senior running back and captain number 27, Jesse Grilly. And quarterback for the ponies, senior captain number 15, Austin Seeley. Foxcroft Academy is coached by Danny Wright. He's assisted by Gary Worthing, Ryan Baker, Max Andrews, Dave Henderson, Mike Niles, and Ryan Stroud. We ask that you all please rise and remove your hat for the playing of our national anthem by the Foxcroft Academy Band under the direction of Mr. Josh Guthrie. As we get set for tonight's coin toss, the officials this evening, the referee is Scott Morrill, our umpire is Dave Johnson.
We are just moments away from our opening kickoff here. We have our opening coin toss about to take place down at the 50-yard line. Just the who's who here, Mark, on the list of assistant coaches for Foxcroft Academy is also probably enough to kind of send chills down someone's spine when you think of names like Max Andrews and Ryan Stroud. Pretty good athletes in their own right, just from generations that I can remember, and of course, Danny White's won a few football games.
Yeah, he has. They got, to be successful, you need a staff, especially in football, and they definitely have a staff and a half. And up here on the booth is Ryan Dankard. He's been on the coaching staff a while, and they got a loaded coaching staff.
Yeah, a loaded coaching staff, just loaded athletes in their own right when they played, and now imparting that wisdom onto the kids now that are just a matter of a few wins away from lifting a trophy of their own. Yet another in the trophy case here at Foxcroft Academy.
Let's talk about these coaches for a minute on both sides. Both long-term coaches, both very successful. Dan O'Connell for the Crusaders, and as you mentioned, Danny White for Foxcroft. Two of the better ones and two of the better people, too, around.
Haggy Pratt, an assistant with John Bapst as well. Longtime coach in the area. Every time that I hear the name Ryan Stroud, I still remember the, roughly 15,000 touchdowns he threw against MCI.
Yeah. What was it? Stroud to rebar?
Yeah. Stroud and rebar. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Boy, the tides have turned in Pittsfield since then in the football ranks.
A little bit.
Foxcroft Academy will receive the opening kickoff here tonight.
So when you get an offense like, as you probably heard Toby Nelson, they get the ball first. When you get an offense like that, you might as well put them on the field first, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you're at home, you get the ball first. Your goal is to score in about, 45 seconds. And just assert dominance as the alphas here. When John Bapst came out onto the field, they were introduced as a team. And I noticed there was one of their players, one of their seniors. It really turned right to the Foxcroft team and started yelling, trying to fire up. I'm like, all right, it's bold. I like it. It could be your last game. You might as well just leave it all out there. See if the mind games work a little bit for John Bapst. Again, it's a tall order. Many have tried. In fact, 8 have tried to topple this Foxcroft Academy team. 8 have fallen themselves. So it'll be very important for John Bapst on this first possession to try and hold this high-power offense at bay.
Yeah, and on the other side, the Foxcroft side, as we mentioned, they're the clear favorite. you don't want to leave this any doubt. You don't want this to be close in the halftime. You don't want to be close in the second half because then you get to the point where anything can happen.
Yeah, you don't want to leave any doubt. You don't want to leave any small sliver of hope because at a certain point, a team starts to believe. That's what happened last week in Belfast. They had a chance to put it away to start the second half. They didn't. And then, Bryce Buzzle happened and the rest is history.
Yeah, quite a comeback there. And, I won't mention much about this, but I will say the PA announcer here makes us appreciate people like Toby Nelson.
Yes. 100%. I would say about a 5,000% upgrade.
Number 4, Gage Beaudry, number 27, Jesse Drury.
So John Bapst set to kick things off here, and I wonder if they might just say, you know what, we're up against it. Let's just try and catch them off guard here. Maybe a line drive right at the up man. Well, they do squib it, but it is fielded at about the 39-yard line.
Jack Smith will pick it up at the 39-yard line. No return, first down for Foxcroft.
Jackson Smith fielding that, immediately going down. Not trying to scoop and score, try to do anything fancy. Get the ball for your offense and let them go to work.
And here, this offense, names we're going to hear a lot. Probably names I won't even mention. They're so deep on the offensive end. We'll mention, Seavey and Crocker and Drury, but those guys, as I said, we're going to hear. They got so many playmakers, and that's why they want the ball first, and they got it at the 39.
Seavey in the gun, and here we go. They're trying to bring him on the outside, and we wait an extra moment. First play for the Ponies, a run through the middle, and absolutely nothing doing. So the John Bapst defense up to the task on their first play.
That was Drury, and great pressure there by the Crusaders to kind of halt Drury with a loss of 1. Actually, he did lose 1, so second and 11.
So there's 1 down. What can they do for an encore? You'll see this look just about all night. This time it's Caden Crocker in motion, and he technically gets a forward pass.
That's a play you'll see a lot from Foxcroft. He'll toss it to his playmakers, and that is considered a pass. So 1 for 1 is Seavey so far.
It's so weird. You get some sideways looks from people when you mention, oh, yeah, that's a pass. They're still not used to that. And then there's a face mask penalty at the end of the play, it looked like. So that helps out significantly.
Which is going to be a first down now due to that penalty. Obviously the thing.
Nope, third down.
Oh, second still. Second and 2.
Still second and 2.
We're both wrong.
A little more manageable. John Bapst showing blitz, just packing everybody in there.
Coach White expected this.
Yeah, and how do they change the play? Start to back up. They hand it off up the middle anyways. They do not. Seavey back to throw. As a man, he was open, but the ball overthrown. Looking for Caden Crocker. Now it's third down. Still only a couple to go, but they're right up near the 50-yard line. Wouldn't surprise me if you see a confident offense go, all right, we got 2 plays to get 2 yards.
And, John Bapst says the defense has stopped him on those 3 plays. The face mask penalty kind of assisted Foxcroft here and to get where they're at. But good job very early on here by the John Bapst defense.
They have not allowed the big play here in the first couple of minutes. 3rd and 2. Threatening to bring the blitz on the outside. And it will be Seavey who keeps it himself. Fighting forward across midfield, and a first down for the Ponies.
First for the Ponies, they're getting to John Bapst territory. Then taken down at about the 47-yard line. First down, Ponies.
Looks like they thought they might go to Crocker coming this way, but CV said, I'll just take that the other way. Thank you very much, and get that first down.
They had the pressure coming from the right side, and unlucky for Bapst, the play went to the opposite end. 1st and 10, just across midfield. Looking deep and incomplete.
Down pass is incomplete. CV's intended target was getting at Topolsky.
They were looking for Topolsky, and there's a man down right at the line of scrimmage. So while they tend to the injured player, we will step aside. No score here in the first few minutes between Foxcroft and John Bapst.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account.
Uh-huh.
Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa Checking at Lincoln, Maine Federal Credit Union.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy. Sean Stackers alongside Mark Callan here with Eastern Maine Sports Media. We are still in a delay here with the injured player from John Bapst. They are still tending to him right around the 50-yard line, the line of scrimmage of the previous play. An incomplete pass looking downfield for Gideon Topolsky. And a delay like this could certainly kind of take the air out of a whole stadium here, Mark, is a lot of energy to start off this game, and just 2 minutes in, an injury that is taking quite some time.
Yeah, unfortunately, and hope he's okay. And but on the football side, I think John Bapst defensively, they kind of other than the face mask, they've done kind of what they wanted to do early on. That kind of spurred Foxcroft a little bit to get that extra down, and and CV right now is 1 for 3 passing, so they're kind of doing what they want to do on the defensive end. But obviously, as you said, it's only 2 minutes into this game.
Yeah, the young man who's injured, if we find out who it is, we won't identify him here because there's a time and place for that. But we've seen, nobody has really moved. The teams have moved over to their respective sidelines. We saw somebody leave the gathering around the 50-yard line and head off the field. They may be looking for a cart or maybe even to open up a gate. And whenever you see something like this, you just the absolute last thing you want to see is the thing that I think we are about to see, with looks like an ambulance nearby that is going to be making its way towards the field very shortly. It's one of those things you see at every game. You see the ambulance usually parked off to the corner, and you hope that it's just an ambulance driver getting a real good view of the game and that they're not needed, but looks like tonight they very well may be. And this especially hurts for John Bapst, because we talked about their defense, right, and how they had held Foxcroft at bay for the most part in this opening drive. You don't do that without a good push at the line of scrimmage. And with this player down near the line of scrimmage, you have to imagine that will have an effect.
Yeah, let's take it to another break, Sean, and we'll be back in 1 minute and get you an update.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
I'll take a grande, no-foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa Checking at Lincoln, Maine Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy. Sean Sackett alongside Mark Callan and Eastern Maine Sports Media, bringing you the Ponies and Crusaders here. Postseason action in Class D. Still tending to the injured player at midfield, but they have at least brought a stretcher out, so have to imagine we will be resuming shortly. But again, just one of the worst case scenarios for a team so early in a playoff game, and what could, you never know when it's going to be your last game of a season, your last play of a season. And unfortunately for one young man here, 2 minutes 6 seconds gone here in this first quarter, Mark, and this game has taken on a different tone.
Yeah, definitely. The last thing you want to see, when you come to a game and, get a nice ovation from this Foxcroft side, and as helping them off as you can both teams, Foxcroft going out there, a nice show of sportsmanship here at Foxcroft. Nice to see.
Put the class in Class D football. Look, these are two programs that, they are by no means enemies, even when they are on the gridiron during a game. You can tell there's a lot of mutual respect there. Frankly, Mark, a sight that's becoming more and more rare, but always great to see when you do see it.
Yes, definitely. And as you said, the rivals is only on the football side of things. You try to go out there and win the game. You still, you're friendly off the field, and this is definitely the last thing you want to see for anybody.
Yeah, and it was immediate, too. Of course, Coach O'Connell was out there the whole time. His teammates came over as soon as they helped this man onto the stretcher, and Foxcroft followed shortly thereafter. And in just a moment, they'll be able to get this young man off the field and over to the ambulance that's waiting. And, of course, we hope for nothing but the best and a speedy recovery, whatever the case may be here.
Yep, definitely, no doubt about it. And he's getting taken off the field now, and hope we get good reports later on this evening.
Kind of let you take a moment too to appreciate the importance of trainers in a moment like this too, because they are usually the first ones out there.
And let's talk about the Foxcroft athletic trainers, also the athletic director, Jackie Turkla, and she does a great job in both aspects, and obviously taking on that role right now.
There is value in everybody. Words of Ernie Johnson. Everybody did their jobs accordingly there. We are back underway. 2nd and 10. And out towards the sideline. Forced out of bounds was, I couldn't tell exactly
Crocker.
who that was. Was it Crocker? Yes, it was.
So back to football. We got a 3rd down now. It's 3rd and long here. So probably 4 down territory, but big play on both ends right here.
Yeah, or you can put a little trust in your punter and say, all right, pin him, and then we'll get the ball back at like the 30, and we'll try again.
I will say
all that hinges on John Bapst stopping them here on 3rd and about 8 from the 46. Stevie rolling to throw. And then many options, but now he has one way downfield, wide open. Hayden Crocker, touchdown, Foxcroft Academy. Hayden Crocker, touchdown, Foxcroft on the play, and Coach O'Connell's already trying to bring his guys back like, all right, let's get ready. Ineligible man downfield. Imagine that on a play where the quarterback rolls out. Never, right?
Yeah.
Or, all the time. And that big play with, again, and ultimately, it's frankly, one of the worst penalties in football because it never actually has an effect on the play. The guy is wide open by a good 20 yards. But here we are.
Reminds me of the last time I was here with Luis Ayala, who's doing the camera for us today. He was on color of that game, a soccer game we saw, a goal scored. They played the music up here. They were partying, and no goal. Offsides.
Flag up, offside. Hey, you know what? In Sean Stackhouse's sports universe, offsides doesn't exist in hockey or soccer. Somebody wants to cherry pick downfield, let them.
So now, though, it's they're going back even further. They're back on the other side of the field now.
Yeah. There is also, the 5 yard, the matter of the 5 yard penalty to assess on that play. So they go back to the 49-yard line on the opposite half of the 50. Look, it has been an adventure at times. I've seen a 4-yard offside penalty. Whatever.
So now it's 3rd and 13, and a lot of stuff going on. Not any scoring yet, though.
Yeah. A lot has happened since we resumed play here, and all of 16 seconds has come off the clock. The adventure continues with 3rd and 13 as soon as the players are allowed to run a play. And now the referee is coming over to talk to Foxcroft's coach.
I think Coach White might be kind of disputing the spot.
Well, it was 8 to go. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, not quite sure what the discussion's about, but they're back at it.
So now that we are allowed to play football again, third down. Long way to go. Motion across. And the ball is fumbled by Seavey, and he had a knee down when he picked it up, so they go even further back to about the 46-yard line. And so after all of that confusion, a loss of 2, loss of 3, you have to imagine it is kicking time.
So all that, 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes of play, they gained 7 yards on 7 plays. They started at the 39, they're at the 46, 7 plays later, and here they are.
Just like 2020 was a long decade, this 3 minutes has been a long hour. The kick is away with a little bit of pressure, and will spin to a stop about the 28-yard line. So mission accomplished here for John Bapst on the first drive. Get a little bit of help from the penalty for the ineligible man downfield. Then the fumble. And now John Bapst will have it in a scoreless game. Touchdown wiped off the board, 1st and 10 from their own 28.
So yeah, as you said though, mission accomplished. I mean, you want to hold them without scoring. Went a different way about it, but they did it.
And so now we will see this John Bapst offense go to work, and they tried to run right into the middle of the Foxcroft Academy defensive line. That hasn't worked for many teams. 2nd and 10 with absolutely no gain on the play. I mean, sometimes, Mark, you are what you are, right? You got to go with what got you to this point. We'll see if John Bapst tries to open it up a little bit here. 2nd and 10, still at the 28. Again, they try to go up the middle, and it's long on the carry. Nothing doing. He even loses a yard. 3rd and 11 as Foxcroft drives John Bapst back a yard.
Devin Henderson was the one first in on that stop.
3rd down and 11 here for Bapst from their own 27.
Well, Long was the one who was fired up before the game. He wanted to have an explosive start. They have to find another way. 3rd and 11. This time a toss. Got around the edge, but not enough for a first down.
Number 8,
Eduardo Fiore with the carry just short of the, just short of the 35. So it's a gain, not enough for a first down. They'll be punting back to Foxcroft Academy, and now the field position game begins.
Yeah, and the special teams for the Ponies dangerous. I've seen him return a few this year for touchdowns. Probably want to kind of angle this towards out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's a net around the 35-yard line over on the near side. Aim for that.
Flag.
Or don't.
Too many men on the field, it looks like.
Yeah, legal substitution penalty, so bring it back.
Penalty on John Bapst going in the huddle.
So now they run over to the sidelines.
Well, it hasn't been the cleanest first 5 minutes of football with the ineligible man downfield. The personnel penalty here. But now Bapst set to punt away after the 5-yard penalty. Clock stopped at 7:17 here in the first quarter. Good protection. The kick is away and dangerously close to one of the members of the kicking team, but it avoids him, so no contact, and Bapst will down it at about the 47. So the Ponies take over right around where they punted from on the previous drive.
Yeah, they're just going to reset, start over, and see what they can do.
John Bapst stopped them once. Foxcroft right out of the huddle. They are ready. We'll see what a fired up Foxcroft Academy attack can do this time. First down, Seavey wants the home run ball, looking for Crocker, could not connect. Second down.
And John Bapst doing a good job. You're getting that pressure on that Coach White thought they would do, and again, Seavey's 1 for 5 early. Expect him to turn around, but good job by John Bapst here early on. That was good coverage there on Crocker too. They were all over him and couldn't get a step in.
2nd and 10 from the 47. This time they run it with Drury. And Drury still going across midfield, across the 45. And enough for a first down at about the 43. Or at least it looks like enough. Channeling my inner fan here. I'm about 100 yards away. I can tell it's a first down. And they do.
That's the second first down of the game, both by the Ponies.
So it is not the passing game that gets Foxcroft moving forward. It's the run. Drury gets the first down. Now they go to work with a fresh set here from the 43-yard line in John Bapst territory. Hand it off again, and just swarmed there was Gage Beaudry. Nothing doing. He had to run a lot, but nothing forward.
That was sophomore Logan McMahon all over Beaudry on that play.
Well, the John Bapst defense certainly came in energetic and inspired. More so now. 2nd and 10 here from the 43.
Yeah, only 20. Still early, of course, but only 20 yards so far for this powerful Foxcroft offense.
It's amazing that we're 6.5 minutes into the game, and it's like, only 20 yards from Foxcroft Academy. It's Drury up the middle. Flag on the play. Tackle made by Nick Hashey right around the 40, but we'll see what the flag is.
Another face mask. That's the second one on John Bapst. Another big one here. I don't know if I've seen 2 face masks all year. I've seen 2 in the first 7 minutes here.
I've seen offensive players reach out and practically swat defenders and grab onto their face mask. Nothing. Then the defense gets flagged for a face mask. So, you know what? It gets called occasionally. 33-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 situation now for the Ponies after the penalty. It is Beaudry in the backfield with Seavey, who's going deep down the right side. Again, looking for Crocker, and again, just overshooting the mark.
And credit John Bapst. He's staying right with Crocker all the way down the field, and that's not an easy person to stay with.
It is not an easy task for sure. You have to imagine if Seavey can get that throw just in over his shoulder. It's a lot of green in front. 2nd and 10. Beaudry still in there in the backfield. He will get the handoff, has a lane to run through, trying to power past the 30-yard line and finally dragged down right at the 30. Thought maybe the second effort would get him across, but it'll be third down.
John Bapst 30, 3rd and 7 Ponies.
You know, I'm sure what Coach O'Connell is going to focus on right now is like staying away from the penalties, because defensively they've done what they needed to do. Again, very early on. Keep emphasizing that.
What's the old mantra? Watch the ball. It's an empty backfield this time. Big third down for Foxcroft here in the first quarter. Seavey, draw. Sheds one. Gets by another. Out of bounds. It's a first down and about a 10-yard gain. Sheds one. Gets by another. Out of bounds. It's a
first down and 9-yard pickup for Seavey. First down Ponies at the 21.
Just saw that play again. Nice run there by Seavey.
So the Crusader defense has to hang around for a little while longer. Pushed back to their own 21. Seavey and the Ponies with another fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. A bullet out to the left. This one caught by Richard.
Richard, he called that inside the 10 at about the 5-yard line.
So we kind of focused on the pregame, Sean. So many different weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you don't see this much in any class in high school football in Maine. They got loaded skill players.
Well, he's already thrown to 4 or 5 different targets here in this first quarter. And now they've got first and goal from about 5 or 6 yards out. Seavey hands it off. It's Crocker. And it's Crocker into the end zone. Seavey hands it off. It's Crocker.
So that considered a pass, actually. So Seavey to Crocker. 3:48 left in the first quarter, and the Ponies are on the board.
Kensley Marsters in to attempt the extra point try.
So they will bring on Marsters for the extra point. High snap, got it down, and the kick is as pretty as ever. 7-0, Foxcroft leading John Bapst. Foxcroft will kick it off when we come back on Eastern Maine Sports Media.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Welcome back. We're at Foxcroft Academy. Sean Stackus alongside Mark Callan with Eastern Maine Sports Media. The Ponies have taken a 7-0 lead on their second possession. The John Bapst defense held and held and held, and then finally got pushed back too far deep in their own territory. The 5-yard run from Caden Crocker. And now the Ponies set to kick it off to the Crusaders, so we'll see what they can do with their second possession.
That was an 8-play, 53-yard drive there for the Ponies. And this is something I talked about with Coach White. Their kicking game does something that not a lot can. And, it's hard to go 80 yards in high school football. And they put their defense in good position by putting there. And
you don't allow a return.
Yeah. Mentioned Masters. He's also a solid soccer player for the Ponies, and so he's a big contributor on both sides. On two teams this fall.
More teams should do this.
That's right. That's right. Look how much that impacts the kicking game, and that's a big part of this game.
Not that I enjoy going off topic, but I probably will many times tonight. Stanford's field hockey program. I think they get a girls soccer or a women's soccer goalie to play goalie for them.
That works.
As they come down the stretch. First play, a run to the left side as the Crusaders try to answer back.
And I think at halftime, we do want to kind of talk about the field hockey and some other things that you do. And we'll talk about the field hockey because UMaine's actually in the championship game this Sunday.
They are. Corey Butler had that carry for a gain of about 7. They get to the 27, 2nd and 3. It's Butler again. Wrapped up early, shed one tackler, but eventually dragged down. Couldn't see who had the initial hit, but right after that first hit, the play was doomed. They do gain a couple yards on the play. 3rd down and a yard to go coming up here, Mark, at the 29.
Yeah, so, big play here for Bapst. They want to at least keep possession here and kind of push, at least get the field position going their way. And a stop here by the Ponies would be big.
2 solid runs so far for Corey Butler. 3rd and 1. Butler in motion again. They'll pitch it to him. Go to the hot hand. And he has got enough for the first down. Good surge to the far side. Across the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line.
So that's a first down for the Crusaders in this game.
Yeah, it's on a 3-yard gain by Butler, who's had all 3 carries on this drive.
Tough with the penalties and everything that's going on here early for either team to kind of get some momentum here early on.
Oh, this time a pass over the middle, and it's to Butler again, who is wrapped up near the first down line to gain, but it looks like a gain of about 11 and another Bapst first down. They're just going to go to Corey Butler in many different ways until somebody stops him.
Why not? And 2 first downs here, and good drive by John Bapst.
Crusader offense moving. This drive started at the 20 after the touchback. They're up now to the 43. Their second first down of the drive. Another pass, this time out to the far side and overthrown.
Good, decent crowd on the other side for John Bapst coming from Bangor this evening.
I think that was just, the second pass attempt out of Jordan Kimball. First was that completion to Butler for the first down. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Butler in motion. Surprise, surprise, they go to him, and he's going absolutely nowhere. It was Hunter McSorley who got to him in the backfield first, and John Bapst moves backwards on 2nd down.
Yeah, they knew where they were going that time, and McSorley and Smith were all over him. Thanks for watching our telecast. We're on Facebook, Eastern Maine Sports, and on YouTube, Eastern Maine Sports Media.
Are you saying we are world famous?
Worldwide.
On this broadcast now.
The World Wide Web, Sean.
The marvel of modern technology. 3rd down from the 41. Have to get across the 50 to the Foxcroft 47. Oh, I don't know what happened there. It looked like the line was just late to move in general, and the pass falls to the ground harmlessly. 4th down from the 41.
So they got 2 first downs. They got the, kind of helped them field position wise, but couldn't get any more than that. Good job by the Ponies defense.
You do not score points with field position, unfortunately.
No,
so the defense will have to go back to work.
You're going to need to score some here to beat this Ponies team. Good observation there, huh, Sean?
Yes, sir. You can tell we are two modern-day John Maddens up here. Here's a guy, when it gets blockers, he runs harder.
It's amazing, right?
High snap. Punt is away, and it's just kind of a wavering spiral that comes to a stop at the 35-yard line. So about a 22-yard punt. Foxcroft will come out for their next drive. We'll step away here. Foxcroft 7, John Bapst nothing with 8 seconds remaining.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday.
What we got?
Okay, go ahead.
We are back here at Foxcroft Academy, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. This will be the final play of the first quarter. Everybody starts to move. Here goes Seavey. Rolling and dragged down in the backfield. He will be sacked, and that is how the first quarter comes to a close. So after one here, Mark, Foxcroft 7, John Bapst nothing, but a great defensive play to end the first quarter, and a lot of momentum going into period number 2.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the scoreboard, as you said, you're going to need a score to win this game, but John Bapst has to be pretty happy this is within one score right now. If we were doing a point spread, Foxcroft's definitely favored by more than one score.
Yeah. And there are a few things that are as polarizing in sports as the term moral victories, but if I'm John Bapst right now, like, lost one of my starters 2 minutes into the game, and we're holding Foxcroft to 7 in the first quarter, and they've had 3 looks at it. It's not bad.
No,
do a lot worse.
Right, and really it hasn't been what Foxcroft hasn't been doing. It's been what John Bapst has been doing.
Exactly.
I mean, on defense too. Again, John Bapst had 2 face mask penalties that has really kind of hurt them, and they've still managed to make the big defensive plays and kind of hold this Ponies team to the 7 points. Of course, it's a lot of work. It's 48 minutes of football they got to do this for, and that's not easy. But for 12 minutes, Coach O'Connell's probably pretty pleased over the sidelines.
As a purely neutral observer, first 12 minutes gets a B+. Solid performance. Let's see what they do in the next 12. Second down and about 12 after the sack. There will be no sack this time. They just hand it off. It is Drury plowing across the 40, just short of the first down marker. They'll have about a yard to go here after a gain of 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 1 from the 44.
11-yard gain for Drury.
Reminds me that Drury won one of our Bangor Savings Bank Play of the Games this year, as has Crocker, so that's something we look forward to at the end of the game.
He keeps running like this. He'll be a shoo-in. This time it's a toss forward for Crocker, and he spins off of one, spins off another, and is finally twirled down for Crocker, and he spins off of one, spins off another. Gain, so back-to-back 11-yard gains has Foxcroft in business in John Bapst's half of the field.
Just saw that play again on replay, and what a move by Crocker, spinning and getting around a couple defenders.
An elusive member of this offense. They haven't been able to hit the deep strike with him downfield. The one time they did, it was called back. 1st and 10 from the 45. They're going to look for him again. Crocker downfield, a little bit closer this time, but still an incomplete pass all the same, and they'll do it again at the 45. Every play they get a little bit closer to that connection, and telling you, when he catches one, they will not stop him.
No, definitely not. Good coverage there by John Bapst to stay with him. He's over. Croc is over the sidelines now.
Second and 10 from the 45. This time they bring Gideon Topolsky over to the near side. But it's a handoff to Drury. Gets around one. Tries to fight off another and does so, falling forward to about the 37-yard line. A good 8-yard gain will set up third and, 3. They only gave him the 38. So 3rd and 3.
Yeah, halftime, Sean. Well, usually we get a halftime guest. I think what we're going to do, though, is talk about kind of some of the stuff you've been doing with the esports.
Just pump my ego even more. Yeah, I'm play-by-play, and I'm the halftime guest.
Can't beat that, right?
Can I get the player of the game, too?
No.
Oh, okay. I need the money. 3rd and 3. This is a big one for John Bapst. And they haven't pushed Foxcroft back very often. It's Drury through the middle again and still on his feet across the 25. Still going deep into the red zone. It's still on his feet across the 25. Still going deep into the red zone. 13-yard line.
What a run there by Drury.
He gets all the way to the 13-yard line, 25-yard pickup, and a first down for Foxcroft Academy.
25 yards on the play, and the crowd getting into it, chanting his name. I'm telling you, early candidate for player of the game. He has been awesome.
Definitely. Go down and give that to him right now if they ended now.
First and 10 from the 13. Seavey to pass. He's being chased and then just goes down. It was Kyle Long who got there at the end to knock him down. So a 4-yard loss there on the sack. Second time they've gotten to Seavey here in this first half. Clock ticks down inside 9 minutes here in the second quarter. Seavey, pass ahead, a little shovel pass to Topolsky. He's still, oh boy, everybody has been tough to bring down. John Bapst having to work overtime on just about every play. The first hit rarely enough to bring a play to an end. They don't reach the original line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd and long. It's a lot of different looks, though, out of this shotgun formation here. Is you get the occasional short pass, technically, behind the line of scrimmage. You get the handoff to Drury, who just bulldozes through.
Yeah, Danny White's playbook's definitely loaded. He's got a lot of different things he can go to.
He's also got a bulldozer in Drury, who is standing next to Seavey right now in the backfield. And they go to him again on 3rd and 11. They do. It's Drury to about the 10, where he finally gets down to his knees, trying to fight forward for every inch that he can get. But Foxcroft will face a 4th down at the 10, needing about 7.
Now, they're one of the few teams that could go for a field goal in this position. Mast is definitely within his range, but I think it looks like they're going for it.
You've talked up the Marsters kid before the game. You're like, all right, they got a kicker. They will use him, but they will not this time. 4th and 7 from the 10. I mean, you figure, all right, if you don't get 7 yards, that's one heck of a punt. Seavey and Drury both end up to their right. Seavey running out of time. Cuts forward, gets walloped at about the 4-yard line. Whatever the case, there's no way he got to the 3, which is where he needed to go. It's turned over one way or another to John Bapst. Couldn't tell if the ball came out or if it's just a turnover on downs, but
as you said, ultimately that doesn't matter, but what a hit by Long.
Whew. Fired up indeed. And the turnover will give the ball to John Bapst just outside the 5-yard line.
The John Bapst sidelines is absolutely fired up. They're the number 8 seed, but they're coming in with a lot of, Coach O'Connell has them ready for battle here.
They will spot this at the 5-yard line. So if John Bapst is going to get a shot at tying this game in the final 6:48 of the second quarter,
First down for John Bapst.
they'll have to go 95 yards.
6:48 to play in the half.
You imagine they'll be relying on Corey Butler to get them the lion's share of those yards. They do send Butler in motion, but they go right up the middle, and the linebackers just come up and completely blow up the play. Minimal gain, maybe one, so they'll face 2nd and 9, still deep in their own territory.
That was McSorley, and that. He's only a sophomore, Sean. He's been in a lot of plays tonight.
I'm looking at him right now. You telling me that kid's a sophomore?
That's what it says here.
Whew.
2024, that's a sophomore, right?
Yeah. All right, take note, rest of Class D. Forecast, pain. Second and 9. It's a pass and it's picked off. Intercepted by Cameron Chase. It's a pass and it's picked off. Intercepted.
Just saw that again. Chase interception into the end zone. Touchdown Ponies.
I mean, it's so tough, right? Those plays where you're throwing out of that kind of full house style offense. You throw over the middle, all the linebackers are just kind of there anyways. That one was right to Cameron Chase. 13-0, and now Marsters on to make it 14.
Great response by the Ponies defense after a great stop by the John Bapst defense.
Yeah, John Bapst had done just enough where they had conceded the touchdown in the first quarter. They held Foxcroft. There'll be a flag, I think, on this kick, but it doesn't matter. The kick is good, and there's no flag anyway. So, 14-0, Foxcroft Academy. Just inside 6 to go in the second quarter. We'll step away here on Eastern Maine Sports Media and come back in 30.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, is that us? Are we back?
We are back.
Let's go. 14-0, Foxcroft Academy. As we welcome you back to Foxcroft Academy. Sean Sackers alongside Mark Callanan here. It has been a staunch defensive effort for the underdogs of John Bapst, but they give up the touchdown in the first quarter and then the pick six. I mean, they were deep in their own territory anyways. About a 12-yard interception return by Cameron Chase. And so the Ponies kick off again, and the kickoff does not go for a touchback. It's brought across the 30.
17-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 31, so a 14-yard return and a first down here for John Bapst.
You know what I like about calling a game here, Mark?
What's that?
If ever I need to do math, all I got to do is wait for Toby Nelson to do it for me.
That's right. That's right. And they're right on top of things on.
I've learned many things in my announcing and broadcasting career. One of them is find as many people to help you do your job for you. and
Toby is good at that.
This is long on the carry. It wasn't really much of a carry. They handed the ball to him, and immediately there were a couple ponies in the backfield to drag him down. Now, relying on Mr. Nelson is not foolproof because I've just heard 2nd and 11 where I clearly see 12 yards to go for a first down. Technicalities, they matter, Mark.
They do.
Being technically correct is the best kind of correct. 2nd and 12 from the 29. They're going to toss this one out to Butler, and he's going to be forced out of bounds.
I thought he was out.
I thought he'd been forced out, but instead the play goes forward a little bit further.
I thought he was a good yard out of bounds, but...
Well, he'll get past the original line of scrimmage, and he'll take the not just 2nd or 3rd, but 4th or 5th effort to get across the 30 to about the 32.
You give the first time these teams played, it was didn't go quite like this, and John Bapst, again, that turnover deep in their end zone has caused a 2-score game, but it's big here to kind of get some yards and keep this going, but it's 3rd and long here.
Oh, this is thrown right to Topolsky, picked off and brought back to the Topolsky, picked off.
For Foxcroft, the ponies will take over deep inside John Bapst territory.
Well, big plays by the defense. We've talked over and over, Sean, all year about their offense, but their defense comes up big time and time again.
Well, it's an offense that relies heavily on misdirection and smoke and mirrors to try and throw off the defense. Topolsky not fooled. Another interception, the 2nd of the game. 1st and 10 from the 17. 3rd time Foxcroft Academy has been in the red zone. 1 touchdown, 1 turnover on downs. This time Seavey keeps it. Everybody thought it was Drew. Actually, it's not Seavey. It is. This time Seavey keeps it. Everybody thought it was Drew. Actually, it's not Seavey.
17 yards out of the ponies. Go back on top, 20-0.
Yeah, Wyatt Rayfield had the carry. A flag comes in at the end of the play. Well after the play. Probably some extracurricular stuff going on afterwards. But yeah, Wyatt Rayfield with that carry.
And again, we say it time and time again, but just another player. What's that, the 9th different player that's touched the ball on the offense, and Rayfield runs it in. Another sophomore there, Sean.
Yeah, just another one they picked off the assembly line. It is a machine working here at Foxcroft Academy. Looking for 21 with Marsters set for the extra point.
And they're pointing out that he's a sophomore now.
Yeah.
There were 2 flags in the play, both unsportsmanlike fouls, one on Foxcroft, one on John Bapst. The offsetting penalties, and the ponies will kick the extra point right now.
Just so many talented sophomores on this team. It's a machine.
Strong veteran leadership, strong younger classmen too.
Yeah. And that kick, also good from Marsters. 4:34 to go. Foxcroft 21, John Bapst 0. Crusaders will try it again when we come back on Eastern Maine Sports Media.
Stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at kimballinsuranceenagency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
$21-0, Foxcroft Academy over the John Bapst Crusaders as we welcome you back inside the nice little cozy press box here at FA. Sean Stackhouse alongside Mark Callan with Eastern Maine Sports Media. Again, 4:34 to go in the second quarter. And it has turned into, I want to say, an offensive explosion here, Mark, but I mean the defense of Foxcroft Academy has come up huge with 2 picks back-to-back in the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has set this up. They got one into the end zone themselves, and the other other interception.
That is not in the end zone, by the way. This is still a live ball, and finally picked up by Butler, and that actually should be a safety. If the ball came out.
Oh, they're going to call it the 1.
I thought the ball came. Now, granted, I'm up here looking through a window, so, don't take my word for much of anything. But Butler had to go pick that ball up at the 1 after it just died there. And then I thought the ball came out in the end zone, and that's where he dove on it. But there doesn't seem to be much of a discussion going on here, so they are going to spot this at the 1.
And watch out here, as we saw what happened last time they were down here.
Well, okay, so you don't get the 2. All right, settle for the consolation prize. 6, maybe soon. John Bapst's offensive line's got to get a massive push here. And the quarterback's just going to keep this and maybe get a yard. He'll get pushed back to the end zone.
The quarterback will keep it himself.
But the forward progress should give him at least a yard. Jordan Kimball.
We get up near the 2-yard line. Brings up second down and 9. A 1-yard pickup for Kimball.
So a near safety. We'll call it a near miss, Mark.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like they thought it went into the end zone. And
that was exactly the assumption. And all of a sudden it just, almost like Casper the Friendly Ghost just killed it at the 1.
So the defense
it doesn't get any better than that for a kicker.
No, that's the defense and special teams has come up big here for the Ponies.
Go through the middle again, and
this is
not much going there.
This is a tough spot, no matter what happens here. Either you got to throw it, or you're going to have 4th down, and you're going to have to punt from your end zone.
Yeah, you got to throw it, and these linebackers have just been waiting. 1 interception went into the end zone from Cam Chase. Gideon Topolsky had the 2nd. That set up Foxcroft in scoring position again. This time the carry through the middle by Butler. Hit after a 5-yard gain. He'll get up to the 7, maybe the 8.
Give a little bit of room for the punter. So that was big in that aspect, but still a tough spot here.
Yeah, you don't have to stand with your heels almost touching the back line. And the clock's going to stop here. Foxcroft going to take a timeout with 2:55, and I like that because you know what? Sure, it's 21. 28's a lot better, and you give yourself as much time as possible to account for all possibilities here on 4th down and get as much time as possible to walk back into the end zone.
Yeah, and you want to put that another score on the board here before halftime, and plus, they're not just playing for today, Sean. They're hoping for 2 more games. They're hoping for another one next week here. They're hoping for one the week after at Cameron Stadium. That's the goal, and they got to play this like it's a even game right now.
It is amazing as you go deeper into any season, particularly in the fall. The venues just get nicer and nicer, don't they?
Yeah.
If you happen to be the 4th seed, all right, well, you get to come here. And if you survive that, you get to go to Cameron Stadium. It's not a half bad deal.
No, not at all.
Especially as beautiful as that facility now looks.
Haven't been there since the new
you're missing out.
We'll probably go in 2 weeks. That's the plan. To go watch a Class D state game in 2 weeks from tonight.
All right. It'll be not quite at the back of the end zone with a wayward snap. And the punter's going to have to run with this. And it's actually going to work out. Looks like he got very close, and I think across.
So that worked out for them. I think he did get a first down, didn't he? Were they marking it?
I guess it is going to depend on the spot. Are they going to mark him out of bounds?
Oh,
hard break.
So, thought that was going to work out for them.
You see, I told you, account for all possibilities. Danny White prepared them for the wayward snap and the, 15-yard scamper to get to the 10-yard line, but they got him out of bounds. So it'll be first and goal for Foxcroft Academy as they take over on offense. Just another near miss. It is still Rayfield in at quarterback for the Ponies, but it is Drury on the carry, and he's in for the touchdown. One play is Drury on the carry, and he's in for the touchdown.
Just saw that again, and Drury just powered himself in.
Yeah, this Foxcroft Academy offensive report brought to you by Jesse Drury.
So 4 different players have scored touchdowns.
Yeah. One on defense.
Yeah.
Marsters for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 28-0 with 2:39 to go. It was a trial in the first quarter for the Ponies. The second quarter has been nothing but a boon. We'll step aside for 30 seconds here on Eastern Maine Sports Media with Foxcroft Academy leading 28-0. We'll be back in
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Well, when you get the ball around the 50-yard line, you're okay. When you get the ball 45 yards deeper or even 49 yards deeper in your own territory, things go from bad to worse real quick. Foxcroft Academy leads 28-0. Sean Stackhouse alongside Mark Callan with Eastern Maine Sports with this Class D quarterfinal game. 1 versus 8. It was only 7-0 through 1. This time they don't assume anything. The kickoff fielded at the 5-yard line and stopped short of the 30. It was Hashi with the return. 2:32 to go here, Mark. John Bapst has, unfortunately for them, the best field position they've had in a minute.
Yeah, yep, they've been put back and deep into the territory there, but they got the ball here at the 30, and they don't want to give it back to them because still plenty of time left in this half.
We'll see if that's a good or a bad thing, and for whom, with 2:32 to go. First and 10 from the 30. Oh, the toss goes out to Logan McMahon.
Number 84, Logan McMahon on the carry.
Yeah, he might have got a couple yards.
I think
Fox in a stop period. Yeah, Foxcroft going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
Coach White's out for blood.
Yeah, you want to put this game away. I mean, if we get another score here, they could be on run clock by the second half.
Well, now here's the thing. Let's just look ahead in the crystal ball a little bit, right? You get a touchdown. Let's say Foxcroft gets a touchdown and they make it 34-0. Can you imagine the immense pressure on Marsters at that point?
Yeah, he won't feel it.
Like, you will have the entire stadium. Like, sure, they want the point, but they want the 35th point more than anything.
I don't know. He hasn't seemed to feel much pressure this year.
You're right.
But
he has handled the pressure well so far. The stakes are higher, though.
The stakes are higher when you get.
Like, you decide whether or not everybody gets home in time to watch SmackDown tonight.
coming. You and I will be at Dexter tomorrow for the 8-man championship regional final between Stearns and Dexter. So,
yeah. My beauty sleep depends on this.
That's right. A morning start for a pregame show. 11:45 will be over at Dexter.
Following the timeout, the second down and about 8 here for the Crusaders.
Tis the season where I get to say bah humbug to mornings. So I'm glad it's a noon start. I can just flip the switch right as we get into the afternoon. Coming out of the timeout, 2nd and 8. And it's Kimball to keep this himself. And barrels through a man at the 40.
Now maybe John Bapst will call. Maybe John Bapst will call timeout now. At first down.
Well, they do get the first down here. So they needed 8. They got 9. The clock ticks down to about the 2-minute mark.
Halftime, we'll take a look at a Black Bear Crane halftime show. We'll take a look at some of our sponsors. Plus, we'll talk to Sean about his adventures in esports and what else he's been doing at UMaine and all that. And we'll try to see some other scores too.
Oh boy! Well, this play went absolutely nowhere.
Well, I was jabbering. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, it was Fiore who got the handoff and then just immediately bounced into a defender. Bounce into another defender. It officially goes for a loss of 1. They tackled him at about the 35 or beyond. But with the forward progress, only a loss of 1. So you've got 1 timeout on the Foxcroft Academy side. And you would have to imagine John Bapst can just about run out this half if they so choose. If they break one off, we'll see if they use a timeout. McMahon in motion, but it is Kimball who keeps it. Now the pitch to McMahon. He's near the sideline and he stepped out of bounds with 50 seconds left. He will be short of the first down marker, but another toss to McMahon. So where Butler had got the offense going in the first quarter a little bit, Logan McMahon has moved the ball downfield with the help of Jordan Kimball. What does that go for? About a 7-yard gain. And so it brings up 3rd and 5. We'll be kind and call it 3rd and 4 from the 47. Like what we say matters to anybody on the field. John Bapst will use a timeout to discuss what they're going to do here on 3rd down. Hey, I would imagine, Mark, if they do not,
then Foxcroft get the timeout.
Yeah, if they don't get a first down and the clock would otherwise, and the clock would otherwise run. Yeah, Foxcroft going to burn a timeout.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then we'll see what would appear to be Wyatt Rayfield try to move the offense down the field very quickly.
Yeah, I'm trying to look on the sideline, see if I can see CV. Oh. Okay. Thanks to Luis Ayala, the athletic trainer and the athletic director. Jackie Turco did take him off, so probably getting checked out, and hopefully he's okay. A score after the first quarter, Sean Lawrence leads Coney 14-0 after 1.
As I furiously look at our DM history to see who I picked.
I picked Coney.
Well, there's no way I get to it any time here in this half, so we'll have a look.
Have a look at halftime.
Making a late charge after Bob Beetham in the Eastern Maine Pick'em. All right, here we go. 3rd down. It's a big one for the Crusaders. And another timeout for John Bapst.
So 2 timeouts before 1 play.
All right.
But yeah, you mentioned Bob Beetham in a Pick'em contest. John Wagner actually has the lead.
Right, yeah, it's not even Beetham I'm trying to change.
John Wagner moves out of state and becomes a football expert.
I know, right? Hey, Nick Coit did the same thing.
Yeah. That's the thing to do.
They come in, they take our Pick'em trophy, and they leave.
Yeah. I guess that's all we need to do.
What'd you say that score was, Coney Lawrence?
14-0, Lawrence.
Yeah, all right. We got Lawrence in that one. We're good. Officially, support the efforts of all the great student athletes on the field across the state. Unofficially, go Bulldogs. I might even be able to make my way down to Coney on Saturday, depending on how quickly that Stearns-Dexter game goes. Maybe catch some state championship field hockey action.
Yeah, what's MCI at 2 or 4?
I think MCI's at 2. And, if there are no troopers on the highway, we got a chance. Kimball dropping back. There is a flag on this play, and it's a dying quail that goes right to Cameron Chase. And Chase only has one man to beat. It is Long who makes the tackle, and now we'll see what the flag is.
There is a flag in the play.
The student section chanting to check the scoreboard, and I've kind of looked over, and I see nothing unique about it. It is a nice scoreboard.
It is. It's a great facility. A nice new building over there, too. I don't know if you saw that. That's
a legal procedure penalty against John Bapst. That will obviously be declined.
Now, so Chase has 2 interceptions. This one ended up in the end zone. One set him up for another possible score here late in the half. Now, obviously they want CV back on the field, but that's good experience for the sophomore quarterback in a playoff game. Rayfield doing the job here. What's happening here? Okay.
So, you apparently can't.
Gotcha. So not 2 interceptions for Chase as
I didn't hear any whistles.
Dead ball foul.
All right.
I think they call it false start.
Well, if they called a false start, then they would have blown the play dead. But I didn't hear any whistles, and I didn't see anybody pulling up on the play. But okay.
Yeah. And Cameron Chase definitely didn't hear any whistles. He just was taking off.
Yeah. Well, a good thing that Kyle Long went to tackle him, just to make sure. So they bring it back. 3rd and 10. The timeout situation's still the same. And the play is still the same. Kimball dropping back, airing it out, and batted down by Jaden Richard. So after all of that, the extra time comes off the clock. 14 seconds came off on that interception that wasn't. An extra 5 or so here. So 31.4 on the clock. More importantly, though, Mark, Foxcroft does not have to use their timeout.
No, so they could maybe get a couple plays off after this punt return.
Yeah.
And the Ponies' punt return is dangerous. Shown that a few times.
Well, the last time they tried to punt, it was from their own end zone, and the punter tried to run it out because he had to. This time it's just a worm burner along the ground, and ball comes to a dead stop at the 26. So 21 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to down it. I think they're going to at least take a couple shots, especially when you're as explosive as they are.
I got some bad news, Mark.
What's that?
I didn't win the 50-50.
Got to play to win.
I know.
Somebody's wallet's been found, though. They might want to come up and get that. Scarborough's leading Bangor.
So that's why the 50-50 is so high tonight. They took the money out of the wallet.
Yeah,
I got you.
Played, yeah.
Clever.
Scarborough leads Bangor 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, a Class A 4-5 game.
I'm sure Bangor fans are thrilled. It could have been Sanford, but it's Scarborough. It is still Rayfield in the backfield. And that is a pass. It is Crocker. And he did not get to the sideline. And the clock ticks down, 9-8-7. I have to imagine that is the end of the first half. But what an explosive first half it was for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. 21 points in the second quarter and a 28-0 lead for Foxcroft Academy, one half away from the Class D semifinals. One more half to go here with the John Bapst Crusaders. We'll step aside as we get set for the Black Bear Crane halftime show here on Eastern Maine Sports Media.
I'll take a grande, no-foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa Checking at Lincoln Maine Federal Credit Union.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Back here at beautiful Oaks Field on the campus of Foxcroft Academy, where the Ponies have a 28-0 halftime lead. Yeah, I'm Mark Callen. I'm not the play-by-play guy tonight. Sean Stackhouse is. We're going to talk to Sean right now. Busy man on the esports front. Talk a little bit about that, because probably not a lot of our audience knows, but it's very popular. It's growing all the time, and you're a big part of it. Can you just maybe talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, when I really want to get weird looks from people, I just tell them, look, my full-time job is that I shout as kids send like remote-controlled, rocket-powered cars at each other and try to play soccer with them. Ultimately, what I do is I'm a Rocket League commentator, and Rocket League, of course, one of the big growing esports. Esports itself, kind of a booming industry that's really coming into its own now, and especially popping off on the collegiate and high school side, because you look at traditional sports and how the NCAA has typically had like a vice grip on just how student athletes are able to conduct themselves and whether or not they can make money as a college student, and that's changing. But in esports, we have these collegiate competitions where, yeah, sure, officially they're competing for scholarship money, but you can also be a professional player and compete in a collegiate league and get the full-time salary of your team, which is often thousands of dollars a month, the scholarship prize that may or may not go into tuition. I don't know how any of that stuff works, but if you perform well in these collegiate competitions and the high school competitions, you can win money prizes there too. And the business side of it is wild.
And talk about, now you're all over the country, even the world, doing this. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it started just, at my place, just recording a quick little demo in the game for a tournament organizer online. It was like, hey, record what you can do, and I'll see if I can use you on a weekly tournament or something. And that ballooned into, over, the next year and a half, being flown out to Dallas and Wisconsin, and then regularly for a studio show in Burbank, California. And most recently, I've been lucky enough to be able to travel even during a pandemic, spending I spent a month in Poland working with ESL out there for the Intel World Open, which was in partnership with the Tokyo Olympics, and the We Play Invitational in Kiev, Ukraine. We spent like a week out there on that show, and it's something that has just truly been a blessing. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, because even 5 or 6 years ago, even when I started doing this, I thought my whole life was going to be lived in the confines of the state of Maine, and traveling was just not going to be a thing, because I'm going paycheck to paycheck if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
And now it's something that has, I've been able to make a living off of this, and I'm truly grateful for it.
Well, that's incredible. Just the experiences that you're getting, through this. And now, how could, you mentioned the high schools. No, that's a good way for kids to start. Now that's it's a MPA thing too, isn't it?
Yeah, the MPA has sponsored Rocket League and League of Legends as esports, and Foxcroft Academy has or at least they had, I think they still have, a Rocket League team. They made the playoffs in the spring of last season, and it's usually like an 8-team playoff. You play your 8 to 10 weeks of regular season, and then everybody lines up to get clapped by Deering, because they're pretty good down there. They have never lost a match. They've won both state titles so far, but it is fun just seeing the unique kids that come around. This week we were looking at only having 4 players available. We were probably going to have to forfeit one of our matches, and then we have a kid on the soccer team. Their season ended, and he just went and just talked to all his friends on the soccer team and said, yo, y'all play soccer? Come play car soccer.
That's awesome.
And the next day, we had 9 kids in the room with our 6 PCs.
Yeah.
So, and then one of those players, brand new to the team, joined our 2 seniors and helped us win our match, one of our matches with Woodland on Thursday. So it was quite the wild turn of events.
And and sometimes you might get the kids that are very interested in this, and they never got to do this. Maybe they're not interested in playing football or basketball or soccer or wrestling, and you probably getting kids more involved in things. Huh?
Yeah, and the best thing, enrollment doesn't matter. In traditional sports in high school, everything is enrollment. A Class C team should never compete against a Class A team. Well, yada yada yada. Sumner's got one hell of a team. Who else? Morris has a great team. Spruce Mountain at one point probably had the second best team. Mount Ararat. really gave Deering a test in the state championship last spring. There are teams all over the state. I think as far north as Caribou, because we just played Caribou. Our like A team got swept by Caribou. Sad face. But and then as far north as I think Deering might be the furthest south. I don't know for sure, but we have I think 25 or so teams across the state. And it's just something that keeps on growing and growing. And
I know locally here, I think PCHS has one.
PCHS, yeah. Ryan Botting coaching that squad. And, Ryan and I actually go way back, so I'm really happy for him. I think he had said at some point in the last year or so, for the first time, he had kids that were really excited about it. And seeing him, really enjoying what he's doing there is great.
Yeah, that's great. And you, just to clarify, when you say we, you coach the MCI team.
Yeah. I guess I should mention. Yes, I'm the coach of the MCI Rocket League team. I'm actually wearing my the pack. We call ourselves the Pack. So I'm wearing my Rocket League jacket. The only thing is Jim Leonard, the AD at MCI, he got these for us. They don't have any pockets in them, and I really feel like I'm gonna tell him okay. If we win a state title, can we get pockets? That's all I want is a pocket.
That's the thing. That's the goal. And on another note, locally, and by the way, that's just amazing what you've done with, personally, growing yourself into, being very good at what you do. I mean, and that's congratulations on that. But also locally, seeing the high school kids, more kids getting involved and stuff is great to see. Next, let's talk about, you also do a lot of stuff for UMaine. Most recently, today and Sunday, you're doing field hockey PA, right? And then UMaine, quite a story there. They get to host and get into the championship game, huh?
Yeah, we get to host. We get to show America East what a host looks like. I love it. No, all kidding aside.
America East and playing California and Stanford, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, and we have lights, so that's great. But, no, we... Maine was the number 1 seed, nationally ranked at one point of the season. And, I mean, they've been nationally ranked multiple times over the past several years. And, we get to play the America East Conference Championship on the East Coast. Imagine that. We're not going over to, the University of the Pacific or anything like that in the Sea to Shining Sea Conference. Maine won. So Maine got a bye in the first round. Mm-hmm. And then they beat Cal tonight. And actually, I think the Cal team's up at the hockey game right now. They just decided, what else are we going to do here now? They beat Cal 2-1. They had to come from behind. They were down 1-0 at halftime. Had a penalty stroke even in the first half and didn't score. But they had 11-1 in corners or something like that. It was ridiculous. And Albany won the second semifinal. They beat Monmouth 1-0. So, ho-hum, just another Maine and Albany women's matchup. This time it's in field hockey, and hopefully similar history as we've had with basketball in that matchup.
No, I know you're busy with your Rocket League and all that. Is that going to cut down? You got UMaine the basketball season starting here very shortly. Yeah, you're going to still get to do that?
Yeah, fortunately I'm allowed to be a little flexible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we usually have our shows, we'll have a show about 1 o'clock Friday, which, by the way, some of these pros are high school kids, so they're missing school on Friday to go play their professional Rocket League. It's wild. Then we have our 1 o'clock show Saturday, and we go 1 o'clock again on Sundays. So there'll be some days where, we have so many of us that we really just have to work a segment or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just ask, all right, hey, Maine needs me for women's basketball. Can I go do that on Saturday and then come cast the better matches on Sunday?
You're like on the A team, like Buck and Aikman, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. I wish. No, I'm new to the main show actually this season. This is the first time I've been up on the primary broadcast. I'd always been on the secondary league, the rival series, or just the B stream, and it's a different view up at the top.
Lastly, you did PA for MCI again this fall, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, and you going to do any of their basketball when you get a chance this winter?
Yeah, so I don't know what basketball looks like. My guess is what I've heard from a lot of schools, and I don't know if I'm I don't know if this is breaking news, but I'm expecting a lot of teams are going to have home fans only. I don't know how on earth they plan on enforcing it, but cool, good luck. But mostly home fans, so we'll probably do starting lineups, and then I'll just run the clock.
But be looking for us, Eastern Maine Sports Media, throughout the area. We'll be doing a lot of local games.
I expect you guys will be busy because there will be a lot of demand to have the games broadcasted.
And we'll be locally be a lot of, here at Foxcroft, Toby Nelson's team should be very competitive in Class B this winter. Plus, PCHS, Dexter, Central, local. We'll hopefully be over to MCI a couple times. And, we're always treated well over there. So hopefully we'll be over there. But we'll be expect to do a lot of games this winter.
Yep. If you were ever not treated well over there, you let me know. And you know what? I will, you can't see right now, but I'm punching an open hand. I will make sure. Yeah, you guys are treated like kings.
Yeah, no, it's great to go over there. Great, all these local schools treat us nice, and looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the next few weeks too. But it is warmer. It is warmer in the gyms.
It is. Fact. Well, it ain't always warmer at Wright's gym. All right, and you know that as well as anybody. Sometimes you walk in there, and it's like there must be ghosts in there because it is freezing.
Not this cold though, is it?
Not this cold, no. But it is nice up here in this. I don't know if there's a heater going. It's just.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, really, it's just my hot air keeping us all warm.
But we're ready to get underway now. We had a good chat there, and now we're getting underway. John Bapst has the ball first. Take it over to you, Sean.
All right. Well, that was, that was one of the best interviews I have ever heard, Mark. That was very well done.
Was it because you were the topic?
I especially like the answers that your brilliant, charming interview guest gave. You don't get that very often.
Luis, he couldn't believe that. Let the coach of the year walk away and talk to him.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, they're going to let this ball go through on the opening kickoff of the second half. That one does not die at the 1 yard line. It's a touchback from Marsters. So John Bapst will take over at the 20 yard line. And, well, first half it started on a high for John Bapst defensively, right? They, despite the injury that we don't have any updates on, unfortunately, but an inspired defensive effort that kept Foxcroft to just 7 points in the first quarter. It's not like they were imposing their will by any means, but then John Bapst gets pinned deep in their own territory, and it snowballed downhill from there. They start the second half with it looks like a run from long up the middle and maybe a couple of yards.
But how tough are you to beat when you can win the game offensively, you can win the game defensively, and special teams?
Yep.
They're the reason for this field position right here. Time and time again, and it's been through 8.5 games now that this has been the case for the Ponies.
Foxcroft has figured something out that the LTC in general, when that league was in place, and just Class D in general, and actually I think a lot of Maine high schools in general haven't figured out, a good kicker is like striking gold. As Kimball throws out to the far side.
But we mentioned it earlier, Sean.
He's got a first down.
Why don't more teams do that? They obviously you're going to get a good kicker from the soccer team.
Sure.
And
right.
They've done this.
Well, and it's weird because like in all the youth leagues, right, when you score a touchdown, it's inverted, right? If you kick the extra point, you get 2, and if you just run a normal play, you get 1. At least in some of the leagues that I've seen. Mm-hmm. So, they're trying to reward teaching kicking, and it's just not the art that gets focused on. This is a toss out towards either Long or McMahon. Whoever it is lost a lot of yards. I believe it's Logan McMahon.
Jury was in on the tackle first. He was all over him.
Yep, add another check mark to his tally. He very well might be our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game.
Yeah, he's in the run-in. I think probably Cam Chase is maybe in the run-in.
Well, you got to remember, he only has 1 pick.
That's true. That second one.
Yeah, that second one got waved off for some reason.
I want to thank Brian Dankett for delivering this cocoa to me. That's good. I wish he treated you too.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm used to being overlooked, Mark. It doesn't hurt at all. That's a great toss and catch.
We just did a 7-minute interview. You're not overlooked, Sean.
Not enough. We took an extended break at halftime. It'll be third down at about the 36-yard line. After the completion, that's about 9.
I'm going to give a shout-out to Splash. He former person we saw a lot here and on this campus.
He's an icon.
He's watching us in Oklahoma tonight.
Used to see him at the Senior League World Series in Bangor on occasion. Big third down here for John Bapst as they try to get the offense going in the third quarter. McMahon on the toss. The ball comes out. This play is not waved dead, and Foxcroft has it.
Another turnover caused by the defense, and they get the ball. Higgins got it. Again, Drury, you mentioned him over and over. He was in on causing that fumble. He's been on both sides of the ball. He's been huge.
There are going to be some Crusaders that see Jesse Drury in their nightmares this evening. Foxcroft gets it back on a fumble at the 36 in John Bapst territory. And this is a chance now for Foxcroft Academy to wind the clock in the third quarter. Looks like it is still Rayfield at QB for the Ponies, and his first throw of the second half is nearly picked off.
This is a thing to watch going forward because obviously Seavey's a big part of this team, and next week is if they hold on here, next week's a semifinal game, and then in 2 weeks is the state game if they make it that far. So it's something to watch going forward. That's for sure.
Wyatt Rayfield, I have to do the reverse math when I see the years listed instead of the grade, but a sophomore quarterback with Drury by his side.
They make us think here.
Yeah. Caster math.
But it is definitely a good experience for him going forward, getting action in this playoff game.
Well, he zipped one out towards Crocker, who's still on his feet and plowing forward across the 30, just short of the 25.
So tough to bring down is Crocker.
And it looks like a first down, and the chains will indeed move.
Pick up a 10 and a first down for Foxcroft Academy.
Imagine needing 10 yards and getting exactly that much. Foxcroft Academy in business now. Clock rolls down inside 9 minutes here in the third quarter with a 28-0 lead. Rayfield will hand this one off, and absolutely nobody touches Drury. Jesse Drury's got another touchdown. Absolutely nobody touches Drury. Jesse Drury.
You saw that again. Drury into the end zone again. So he's scored the last 2 touchdowns.
So after the 26-yard run, Marsters, the most important extra point of the night, and it is blocked.
The only one that didn't go in.
The rule is no cheering in the press box. There is, however, lament in the press box. 34-0 with 8:44 to go. We will step aside and come back with normal timing rules in the third quarter as John Bapst tries to shock the world with a big comeback against Foxcroft Academy here on Eastern Maine Sports Media.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back to Oaksfield here at Foxcroft Academy. Sean Stackhouse alongside Mark Kalman. 34-0. The Ponies lead the Crusaders. Plenty of time to go here in the third quarter. 8:44 as Marster's set to kick off. And that is a boomer down to about the 2-yard line where it's finally feeling a little hesitation move. At least gets the ball back across the 20. Barely.
17-yard return to play for a long in the first half for John Bapst.
Well, John Bapst breaks through the offensive line. And look, you can't blame Marsters for the extra point on that last play.
No.
I mean, Adam Vinatieri would have had a heck of a time getting a kick through with just a wall of Crusaders in front of him. First and 10 for the Crusaders at the 21. And the toss again. And there's a fumble recovered by the Ponies.
Well, that's another turnover. And Jackson Smith with that one.
Well, you know, when you run that option play, right, and you're anticipating the pitch out, it's got to be on the money. If you get hit at all, just as you're getting rid of it, can cause kind of an awkward transfer. Then once you catch it, if you get hit, you got to do all you can to hang on. A lot of things can go wrong on that play. This time it did, and Foxcroft Academy will get the ball right back at around the 22.
Well, they got another chance to get that over the 35, huh, Sean?
Yeah, and they won't have to rely on blocking for the kicker. But here's a throw from Rayfield, and it is complete. It was Jackson Smith who is still pushing forward inside the 10. Easily a first down. It's about a 15-yard gain to about the 7-yard line.
Just another example of just how loaded they are. And guess what year he is, Sean?
Not soon enough.
Another sophomore on the Ponies roster.
Yeah, he won't be out of here for a very long time. Take notice. Rayfield. Toss out towards Crocker, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Peyton Crocker. On a pass from Ryan Rayfield from 6 yards out, the Ponies now lead it 40-0.
Gotta give Luis Ayala credit. He's a man of two jobs. He's got the camera up here, and he's the music man when they score.
Marsters for the extra point. Let's see if he has a wall of white in front of him this time. He does not. No surprise, the kick is good. It's not a perfect night for the Foxcroft Academy kicker, but it's good enough. 41-0 the lead for Foxcroft Academy with 7:47 to go. We're going to step aside again. When we come back, the clock will roll as we get through the third quarter. You're listening to Class D playoff football on Eastern Maine Sports.
I'll take a grande, no-foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account.
Uh-huh.
Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa Checking at Lincoln, Maine Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy. Sean Stackhouse alongside Mark Kalman. Foxcroft Academy well on their way into the Class D semifinals. They lead 41-0 over the John Bapst Crusaders. It was 7-0 after one. And you thought The defense of John Bapst might be able to keep them in this game, but the offense could not get rolling. Maybe they could get something here on this ensuing kickoff. The return from Nick Hashi.
A big part of this game has been where Foxcroft has started their field position and where John Bapst has started their field position.
Yeah, it's a much smaller field to work with on the Foxcroft side when they get the ball.
Coach White mentioned that in pregame when I talked to him, how difficult it is for teams to go 80 yards. I mean, they don't have to go 80 this time, but for the majority of the time, they've been starting at the 20.
Right, they do only have to go 77. We're just going to assume that I got that right. It's actually
68.
60. Yeah, 67. That's why I said we're just going to assume I got it right, and I didn't make any mistakes. The handoff up the middle to Long.
Guess who was in on that tackle?
It's Drury. Yeah, and the battle of the running backs tonight. Jesse Drury has performed incredibly well, and he's done it on both sides of the football. In on a lot of tackles. Granted, Foxcroft has not had to make many tackles thanks to all the turnovers.
Right.
Clock has been running since that kickoff. Again, that's the rule up here, 35 or more. Kimball, quick drop back, and the pass is complete.
To number 8, Eduardo Fiore.
Try to get.
So it's Fiore with the catch as he's dragged out of bounds there. It's so tough to pass out of this formation, Mark.
It certainly is.
I mean, we remember the the Foxcroft teams of old. They would run out of this, and then if they were behind, you'd have someone like a Ryan Stroud having to throw out of that. And it's like, well, all right. Of course, he could.
Yeah. He's on the coaching staff now, runs a quarterback camp, teaches quarterbacks around the state, does a great job with that.
They're kind of a late whistle after the false start. It's like, lineman moved, everybody's kind of looked around like, y'all got to call this, right? And the ref just like haphazardly tossed the flag out like, yeah, whatever, the clock doesn't stop. We'll flag it. Let's go.
A Class B score, I don't even think they're at the half yet. It's 28-20 Lawrence over Coney. That's quite a battle there.
Now, didn't Lawrence have I think it was Lawrence and Mesolonsky had a shootout.
Yeah, it was Coney and Mesolonsky, I think.
Oh, it was Coney and Mesolonsky.
Yeah,
okay.
I think maybe, yeah. But anyway, all those teams have had.
Yeah, you know what? It's Central Maine football.
It's a high score in there.
They fake the toss, and the pass is complete to Hashi.
That was
who
Croco
takes an absolute shot, and he's going to need some attention. That was a hit, and I'm a little surprised there is nothing else on the field. It looks like he's getting up and off on his own power, so.
Good to see. Yeah. That was Crocker on that hit.
I think he kind of looked up and saw everybody coming out on the field, and he's just like, all right, no, I'm good. But I can also imagine Coach O'Connell might just kind of be turning back to ask the officials, like, hey, we could all hear it. But what do I know? I'm on a perch 60, 70 yards away. It is a first down for the Crusaders on the completion to Hashi. And now a flag is thrown on the far side, and it's probably going to be against O'Connell, as the officials probably had heard enough. But again, I don't blame him, and it's a very animated conversation now. I can get my binoculars out and I can maybe try to read lips, but I don't know if you want me to read them out loud. Actually, some pointing has been done to the bench, and I wonder if it wasn't necessarily O'Connell or if it was somebody else on the bench. that it maybe kind of shot their mouth off and got flagged for it.
Either way, I think it probably unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah,
right?
I think I saw the signal for a sideline violation.
Yeah.
Following the stoppage in play, first down here for Bapst with their own.
How about this score, Sean? 0-0 the half. Skowhegan and Wyndham.
All right.
I think Wyndham's number one there, right?
Well, you could say it was an offensive struggle because the offense is struggling.
Yeah.
Offense trying to get going here for John Bapst. It is Kimball. Couldn't get anything behind the throw. It falls right into the arms of Chase Higgins. And he's going to bring it to the 1 yard line, just short of the end zone. I think it was Longer McMahon, I think, got back to drag him down. Excellent hustle. But a tailor-made floater that falls into the hands of Higgins, and it's another pick for the Foxcroft defense.
So clock only stops in what, scores and
I think it's modified tips, timeouts, injuries. Normally that includes penalties, but we run through penalties and then scores. At least I think it runs through scores.
And Foxcroft's
we will find out, I'm sure, in about 20 seconds time.
As Foxcroft's at the 1, so.
Rayfield calls for the snap. Flings one out to the side. It is Crocker, and another touchdown.
Ryan Rayfield to Caden Crocker from 1 yard out. And the Ponies back on the scoreboard now. It's 47-0.
Clock stops at 2:29. Caden Crocker with yet another touchdown. You know, when Crocker finishes this night, he's not going to have a lot of yards, but he will have plenty of points on the board. Marsters, extra point is nothing doing. $47-0, 2:29 to go. We'll step aside. When we come back, Foxcroft kicks off again to the Crusaders on Eastern Maine Sports.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
I don't think so.
Kinsley Marsters to kick off here for Foxcroft Academy.
Foxcroft Academy 47. John Bapst Crusaders 0. 2:29 to go in the third quarter. It has been a dominant effort from the Foxcroft defense. Has forced several turnovers as Marsters will send a high kickoff to be fielded at about the 14-yard line. And it's long on the return, maybe about 14, 15 yards.
So we got Drury's got 2 touchdowns. Crocker's got 2 touchdowns. We're gonna have to make a decision in the fourth quarter. They might have to have a tiebreaker.
Drury.
Yeah, Drury. He has made.
I've been a card-carrying member of the Jesse Drury fan club tonight.
Well, he has done it on both sides of the ball. I mean, Crocker has also, but yeah, Drury's been in a lot of tackles.
The numbers are impressive as well for Crocker. Drury has done it when it was a game. 1st and 10 from the 29. And the toss goes to Logan McMahon, who's forced out of bounds by my pick for player of the game so far, Jesse Drury.
And I would say that's the reason, because that's kind of the tiebreaker. He's done it. Defense would call his name over and over.
Mm-hmm. A ball hawk. I mean, sure, you can get across the line of scrimmage, but as soon as you get there, out the corner of your eye, you see 2-7 coming your way. 2nd and 5 from about the 33. Well, I don't know where that handoff went. I don't think Kimball even got rid of the football, and he's the one who got dragged down. And that is an appropriate statement to describe the Foxcroft Academy defense in one play right there. Tick-tock goes the clock. This may well be the final play of the third quarter as it dips down inside 30 seconds. Remember, even an incompletion or first down of any kind will not stop that clock, with Foxcroft ahead by 47 rather. Toss to McMahon. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. I think it was McSorley, first one in there. And that will cause the third quarter to expire. 12 more minutes, we head to the fourth quarter with Foxcroft Academy well in front of the John Bapst Crusaders right here from Oaks Field at Eastern Maine Sports Media.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Welcome back to Oaks Field here in Dover Foxcroft. Fourth quarter about to begin here with Foxcroft Academy ahead 47-0 and facing fourth down defensively. John Bapst about to punt, and as soon as the ball is ready here and is snapped, the clock will start. Actually, you know what? The clock has already started running. We have a friend in the press box. The snap, a little short, but it will be collected and punted away and fielded at the 50-yard line. It was Beaudry who fielded that punt right at midfield. He didn't get much of a return out of it. Nobody was available to block for him. I don't think they're going to give him forward progress. It's like, nah, you were tackled at the 48, dude. You can just have it there.
Since this fourth quarter will go quick because we've got to run a clock, let's talk about the Bangor Savings Bank play of the game. They give a $10 Visa card to the play of the game each of our broadcasts, so thank you to them, and we'll be announcing that in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yep, and if Mark still disagrees with me, we have Coach Ayala up here. We will wrestle for it. Here we go, from the 48-yard line, Foxcroft Academy on the prowl again. They play tight in coverage, but the handoff goes up the middle.
Handoff for Foxcroft Academy, Jake Beaudry. Up to the 50-yard
Beaudry with the carry for a gain of 2. So right at the 50-yard line, after a gain of 2. For Foxcroft Academy coming up next week, in the unlikely event that this scoreline holds. The winner of, I believe, Oak Hill and Lisbon. I believe that's a Saturday game. A lot of Saturday games in Southern C. Big breakaway here. And the ball came out at the end, but it doesn't matter. It was, I believe, Topolsky.
Yeah, Gideon Topolsky.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, and all of that is for naught. So if you're starting to do the math and wondering what the gain was, well, I'll tell you it's probably about 35, and none of it matters. Illegal block in the back. Right about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, so the other matchups in Class D, Sean, as you mentioned, Oak Hill hosts Lisbon tomorrow. The winner of that game will come here next Friday night. Number 2, Winthrop Monmouth hosts Bucksport. That's tomorrow night. And number 3, Freeport hosts Poland. That's tonight. We'll try to get a score on that one.
You really put that Winmont Bucksport game in the Eastern Maine Sports Pick'em.
No, that was the alternate.
That was the alternate,
so
okay.
It didn't get posted.
Okay.
That was our secret.
It didn't get, okay. I was going to say, well, cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you knew something that none of us did.
No, I just need another game.
It doesn't take much to know something that I don't. Rayfield in the backfield now. He has been the quarterback since about the second quarter. The handoff to Beaudry. Across the 45, a gain of 6 as he's dragged out at the 44-yard line.
Told you I'd get an update on that 3-6 Freeport Poland game. Number three Freeport has a 27-7 lead over Poland. So going as
what's the score?
27-7.
All right.
So the 3 seed is up big on that one. Not as big as the number 1 seed is here.
Freeport's got a beautiful facility down there, by the way. I think they just hosted field hockey regionals. They've got an all-purpose turf field.
That was Mount Area. All right. No, Freeport hosts the South Regional.
Yeah, South Regional.
Yep, sorry about that. Yeah.
Who do you think you're talking to, Mark? I am a seasoned veteran from the Camp of Know-It-Alls.
Yeah, there you go.
3rd and 3 from the 45-yard line. They had Silas Topolsky in motion, but the handoff goes right through the middle. Whoa. And it was Justin Gibbs, who's going to have a first down, but he took a Roman Reigns-esque spear at the end of the play.
That was some kind of hit.
And he comes back to the sideline. Everybody's like, hey, nice run.
If you enjoyed our broadcast tonight, come back and join us tomorrow morning at 11:45. We'll be right back at it.
Yep.
Different location.
Yep. And if you didn't enjoy our broadcast tonight, my name is Chris Lessner. First and 10 from the 40.
And he must not be listening because I would have got a message by now.
Handoff through the middle. It's Jacob Johnson. They get about a yard, maybe. Now they're going to spot him right back at the 40.
No gain in the play. Brings it 2nd down and 10 here for Foxcroft.
These cruel officials won't even give him the yard. 2nd and 10.
Rescue's leaving the facility left side of us.
Yeah, we hope they are not needed anymore. We've had 2 players leave this game that we haven't seen come back. The snap goes to Rayfield. And the handoff back to Johnson.
So we will be, Eastern Maine Sports Media will be back here next Friday as this Ponies team will one win away from heading to the state championship game as they will host either Oak Hill or Lisbon. I'm sure these Ponies will be down there tomorrow scouting that contest.
I think that game's going to be a banger. It usually is between Oak Hill and Lisbon, just historically. Third down, 8 to go from the 38. John Bapst trying to force a rare pony punt.
I don't think they'd bother punting at this point.
Well, this time the flag will be thrown and it will kill the play. This crowd is still going hard tonight, Mark. I love this.
Yeah, the band left, though.
They're just, the band's left, but the students are still picking up the slack. All breaking out in tune. They got some kind of a speaker down there.
They definitely come out and support their ponies here.
I can cross one off the old bucket list here. I'm hearing kids in 2021 jamming out to Kesha at a football game. Ball's back at the 42, third down. Handoff up the middle. Gibbs is back in the game. And much gentler tackle this time. He might have gained a yard.
Just nice to see, because last year we didn't have football. Good to be back out here, and something else we didn't have last winter is wrestling, and that will be back this winter. So that's good to hear.
And by the way, just in the off chance that anybody listening has some expertise in wrestling, could use some refs. That's kind of been, a topic that's coming up in a lot of sports, but especially wrestling. And it is one of the most exciting sports to watch over the winter. Everybody loves basketball, but snap goes over the head of Marsters here, and I don't think he was able to pick it up. It doesn't matter. It will be a fumble recovery by the Crusaders. And it looks like it was Zane Baker, the junior, that picked that one up.
Speaking of wrestling, Sean, Coach Ayala is one of the most successful wrestling coaches this state's seen, and kind of won't be out there this winter.
Oh, I have a feeling if you go to a wrestling meet, you will see Mr. Ayala at some point.
Probably true, huh?
I don't think they can actually keep you away. Maybe we can even drag him into ref a few. Yeah, okay. That reaction tells me no chance. McMahon in motion, but they hand the ball up the middle.
Straight ahead run here for Bapst.
It was Peter Shook, the senior. Fullback got about a yard as we dipped out inside 3 minutes.
Again, want to mention Bangor Savings Bank. Thank you to them for sponsoring our post-game show, which is usually quick, but we wrap it up with score and plays and just announce our player of the game. So I want to thank you to them. They give a $10 prepaid Visa card to the player of the game each broadcast, which we have decided. And I'm going to go with what Sean said on this, and Jesse Drury is the
your winner and undisputed player of the game. You love to see it. Kimball double pumps, and his throw downfield is intercepted. Jaden Richard, I believe, came down with it. It was a jump ball down at about the 10. And Foxcroft Academy will wrap this game up with an interception.
That's actually good advice.
You know what? Yeah, if I had an automatic starter for my car that's way down in the furthest parking lot away from here, I'm going to get my steps in tonight.
Yeah, that's solid advice right tonight. Yeah.
Like if you know the UMaine campus, I parked over in the satellite lot at Alfond, had to walk all the way to field hockey, all the way back. I feel like I parked in Dexter to walk here.
You will park in Dexter tomorrow.
Maybe. Depends when I get there. One minute to go. And Rayfield will take the snap and walk forward, Brady-esque, to take a knee. The soundtrack of high school football playing in the background with 40 seconds left. One more knee will take care of the festivities here. So Foxcroft Academy, 9 trips onto the field, 9 dubs. and either Oak Hill or Lisbon waits in the wings. That to be decided tomorrow. But tonight, the Ponies stampede over the Crusaders. Foxcroft Academy 47, John Bapst 0. Our Bangor Savings Bank postgame show comes up right after this from Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy right here on Eastern Maine Sports.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Welcome back inside the press box at Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy, where the Ponies have pranced their way through into the Class D semifinals with a win over the John Bapst Crusaders. Had to do my bracket math with, no MPA bracket available, so we had to visualize that. But yes, 47-0, the Ponies toppled John Bapst. It was a 1-8 matchup. John Bapst had come in with one win on the season. That earned them their spot here. Foxcroft Academy moves to 9-0 ultimately on the campaign, and as mentioned, they wait for the winner of tomorrow's Class D quarterfinal between Oak Hill and Lisbon, which should be quite the affair. But Mark, we've got some business to take care of here this evening.
Yeah, let's go over the score. And Sean, the first
a lot of it.
Yeah, first quarter, CV to Crocker for a 5-yard touchdown. Second quarter, Cam Chase intercepted 13 yards touchdown. Rayfield with 4:34 left, 17-yard touchdown run. Drury, a 10-yard touchdown run that made it 27-0. And then Drury got another touchdown run, I'm sorry. And then Rayfield to Crocker, and then Rayfield to Crocker again, and that wrapped up the score, 47-0. So that's it for today, and Jesse Drury will get a play of the game, and Toby Nelson's going to deliver that to him, and thank you to...
You've got Toby Nelson in your pocket now? What? Unbelievable. You got Luis Ayala here running the camera. You've got Toby Nelson running your errands? What's Tim Smith doing for you now?
No.
Okay.
But we'll wrap it up from here, right,
Yeah,
Sean? And it's been fun. And,
there is one name. There's one name you said a few times there. Rayfield to Crocker. Rayfield to Crocker. Foxcroft is going to be just fine, and that's a big confidence builder for that young man. Of course, CV left the game. Injury doesn't sound like the end of the world for Foxcroft Academy. Would expect he will probably be back for the Lisbon or Oak Hill game, whoever they have next week here at Oaks Field. But Rayfield came in and ran the offense, and they were just fine because, again, what you see down there on that field, Mark, that's a machine.
It certainly is. 9-0, and they're of course, their goal right now is on 2021, but they've got a bright future too, and they showed it with a lot of sophomores on that field tonight. But again, that's not their goal right now. Their goal is to win one more game, make the state championship game, and go from there.
Yeah, and win a gold ball, maybe the first of many. Well, for all of us here at Eastern Maine Sports Media, for my broadcast partner, Mark Kalnin, for our camera operator, Mr. National Coach of the Year, Luis Ayala, and for our errand runner, Mr. Toby Nelson, Sean Stackhouse signing off here from Oaks Field. Once again, the final score, Foxcroft Academy 47, John Bapst 0. The Ponies move on to the semifinals to face either Lisbon or Oak Hill right here at this very field next week. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time.